Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's council meeting. If anyone has questions, please use the chat feature on YouTube or email the village offices. Thank you. May we have roll call, please?
Vaughn,
Here.
Hofstadter,
Here.
Khan,
Here.
Coffee,
Here.
Poland,
Here.
Shoemaker.
May we have a motion to excuse Mr. Shoemaker from tonight's meeting?
I'll make a
So-
motion to excuse. Paul.
Second, Poland.
Coffee,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Thank you. May we have a motion to suspend the reading of the minutes?
So moved, Hofstadter.
Khan, second.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Any additions or corrections to the minutes? May we have a motion to pass?
Make a motion to pass. Khan.
Second, Poland.
Khan,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Thank you. Bill Resolution 2021-10. Are there any questions on the bills this evening? You have motion to pay the bills.
So move Hoffy.
Second, Poland.
Coffee,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Thank you. Chief?
Our newest patrolman, Jim Smith, he turned in his letter of resignation, be effective April 23rd. So I need council to accept his letter, and if I can get permission to go on the hunt again and looking to replace him.
I'll make a motion, Hofstadter.
I'll second.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
The only other thing I have for executive session, that's it.
You? Nate?
All right, the first item I have is the two rezoning requests that planning and zoning recommended approval of for Kurt McDowell and Morgan Durst on South Washington Street, and then Kirk Snyder on Worcester Road. We need to set a public hearing for those. The earliest we can do that to meet the advertising requirement is May 24th. Is everybody okay with that date?
Sure.
Sure.
Sounds good.
And we'll do 6:50 like we typically do. We'll get that set up. The design review board candidate votes were submitted and compiled. Karen and I went through those, came up with the same results. John Zwolenski and Tom Wangard received the first and second most votes. So we would need your formal appointment of those two individuals to the board.
I'll make a motion to approve the appointment.
I'll second that.
Khan,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Hey, Nate, what is the term of those two offices?
Good question. The one is a 2-year term. Would have started January of 2020. And then the other is just an alternate position. Doesn't have a term.
Okay, so which one is doing the 2-year?
I would say John, since he was the top vote getter.
Okay. Thank you.
Next item, we had the bid opening for Melway, or for the street resurfacing. Melway Paving was the lone bid submitted. Total with the alternate was $269, $656, $19. Myself, Andy Long from Schaefer Johnson Lichtenwalder, and Solicitor Hines have reviewed the bids. No issues, and recommending approval or awarding of that bid.
Do you need a
I'll make
motion?
a
for that
motion.
one?
We do, yes.
I'll second that.
I'm sorry, who made the motion?
Hofstadter.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
The next item I have, Deer Run, we've had 2 different park use requests fee waiver requests, I should say. Canaan Mennonite has requested use of the field on the 15th, and Honey Run Christian has requested on the 16th. There's no conflict with youth baseball or Little League or anything. It's coming to you because they're requesting waiver of the $100 fee.
I'll make a motion to waive the fee.
For both.
Second.
Yeah,
Is-
for both.
Is that for, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's good.
Second, Poland.
Coffee,
Aye.
Poland,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Khan.
Aye.
All right, the next item I have is the tennis courts. I just wanted to verify that you're still on board to do the tennis courts this year. If you remember, we had the quote to do the kind of the complete rebuild, just a shade under $125,000, $124,789 is what the quote was. So before we pulled the trigger on that, I just wanted to get one last check in place that we did that. And before you decide or let me know, Vasco is a contractor that specializes in sports surfaces, and they are a member of a cooperative purchasing organization. We became members of that when I found out that they have a pre-bid package already. So we don't have to go through the competitive bid process. That's all been handled already. If you remember, we did the same thing when we bought the backhaul truck. Save us some money that way.
I'm all in favor of proceeding on the project.
Yeah, we have the money in the budget. It was voted on. I say, go for it.
And I typically do that when we've budgeted it and talked about it, but this is a big ticket item. So I just wanted to double check. So
And this will include making pickle courts out of a portion of that, right?
correct. Yep. See if so yeah, it's removing the posts, the footers for the post, milling the existing asphalt, regrading, replacing base, 4 inches of asphalt, nets, 2 pickleball courts, tennis court, new basketball backboards and rims, the paint, the acrylic color coding system, and then the striping for the courts for pickleball, basketball, and tennis.
Mhm.
Should be a pretty nice product once it's done. I think it'll be pretty popular.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I do too. I think it'll get a lot of use.
And then at the same location, I'm going to share my screen here. Try to. one second. Okay, you guys all see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, this is Airport Park. Got well 3 and well 5 here. Pat Meller and I had met on April 1st in the middle of the quasi blizzard that we were having that morning with Home Soil and Water Conservation District. They were, I'm not sure exactly what the whole story is, but they've become able to acquire a fair amount of pollinator plants. And they contacted us to see if we had a place down here that we'd be willing to have them plant a pollinator garden for, birds, bees, butterflies, all the various pollinators that there are. We went down with her and walked around a little bit. In this area right in here, I'll try to show you here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Kind of this square right in here is where we were talking about. It's behind the wells, south of the wells.
Okay.
There's a pretty wide tree line right here to the east. She said it was ideal for what they're wanting to do.
Mhm.
What we wouldn't have to do anything with it. They want us to stay out of it. Obviously you don't want to mow over what they just planted. Maybe once a year go in and knock down between plants if there's some tall stuff growing up, but basically let it go back to the way it is. And if you look, you can tell that area is already pretty wet, or historically pretty wet. You can see the ruts here, where it's for
Yeah.
years we've tried to mow it. We don't do anything there. There's no use for it for traditional sports or soccer even. It's just a really wet area. So with your blessing, that's what we'd like to do, if you're okay with that, is allow them to plant that area.
Is the
Nate,
wetness, I'm sorry, Nate, is the wetness and the flooding, and is that gonna affect the plants? Are they gonna die from being too wet?
No, she said there's specific wet tolerant varieties, and these would all be Ohio native plantings.
Okay.
Cattails was mentioned. I'm not a
Oh, that's good.
plant
Okay.
person by any
Right.
means. Milkweed.
Okay.
I don't know what all the
So things that thrive in that type of.
Exactly.
soggy
Yep.
environment.
Yep.
That's great.
Any thoughts on that? Otherwise,
I think
it sounds
great.
good.
It sounds good.
I think we had talked when we were down there about letting part of this go back to what it previously was, kind of a natural area. And I thought this would be a good way to get a good start on that in a small confined area and see how it goes. Couple other things, cleanup day reminder. Obviously, we've got that all set up for the 24th. Mosquito spraying, I also got that lined up. That'll start May 5th. Will be the first application for that. Do you want to go weekly right off the bat or bi-weekly?
I think if we hit it weekly right off the bat, it might hit hard and immediately. That's what I'm thinking.
So much of it depends on the rain, and I don't know. We're a couple weeks out yet.
Nate, did we start out last year weekly, didn't we?
I believe we started bi-weekly last year and
Did we?
probably got behind.
Nate, how flexible are they on us changing up the schedule? Like if we run into a dry stretch, can we taper back to bi-weekly, and how flexible are they on that?
They're extremely flexible. I just call them and tell them go one way or the other, and they don't put up a fight one bit. They're willing.
I guess
to
I
do
would
it.
be I'd be kind of in favor of just keeping an eye on it, start it weekly. And and if we run into a dry spell where we think we can taper off and save a little bit of money, maybe do it that way. That would be my vote anyway.
Okay.
Makes sense.
The library, I heard from them today, or actually on Friday afternoon. Remember we talked about the Story Walk project. They were just notified that they received the grant for that. So I'm meeting with them tomorrow, mid-morning, and we're going to start looking at, location and what all is involved with installation. And then middle of the week, I believe I think the 15th was the date they could start ordering. So hopefully we get those in, barring any, ordering backlogs that may be in place. We can get those in relatively quickly and get that project underway. So, and then I also have something for executive session under personnel. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Karen?
Council should have received the March financial report. So I'll do a roll call to confirm that you did receive. Vaughn,
Yes.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Khan,
Yes.
Poland,
yes,
Coffee.
Aye.
And I just wanted to let you know that they have started our preliminary for our audit for 19 and 20. There's a bunch that we need to pull out. Karen and I are working on those. It's a on procedures audit. And they are not doing any audits on site, so they will be coming in to pick up quite a bit of paperwork from us and then take it back to their office. So once we get any information back from them, we'll let you know. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Bob?
I have a couple items for executive session. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to legislation. Well, third reading resolution 2021-06. A resolution to approve the application and agreement for CRA tax incentives regarding West Main Investments Limited and authorizing the mayor to sign an agreement on behalf of the village. Do we have any questions? You have a motion to pass.
I so move, Hoffy.
second Poland,
Coffee,
Aye.
Poland,
aye,
Vaughn,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.
Thank you. Second reading of resolution 2021-09 by title only. A resolution authorizing participation in the ODOT road salt contracts awarded in 2021. Are there any questions? Second reading of ordinance 2021-101 by title only. An ordinance approving the Meadow Glen subdivision phase 4, a formal subdivision within the village of Millersburg, accepting the proposed dedication of a portion of Quinn Circle as a public street and right-of-way, accepting various public improvements and accepting a warranty deed from the owners and debtors of Meadow Glen subdivision. Are there any questions? First reading of resolution 2021-11 by title only, a resolution to authorize the sale of municipal tangible personal property. Are there any questions? Committee reports.
The Tree City Board met back on March 24th and just did a little bit of planning for the upcoming plantings for this season, as well as finalizing plans for the Arbor Day celebration with the first graders at the school, which will be April 30th. Does that sound right, Nate?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So just want to keep you guys updated on that.
Thank you. Any old business? New business?
I have 2 items for new business. I was approached by a couple members of the community who had some concerns, and they requested when things happen, for example, the house being raised up on 241, the neighbors of that area would have liked to have received a letter from us stating what's happening. I've gotten some negative feedback about people who aren't on Facebook don't get any information, or just different things like that. And I just wondered if that is something that we could promote in the future when we have something like that going on, even, 2 or 3 neighbors, let them know. And then when the neighborhood starts talking about it, it doesn't become a full-blown issue, that people know what's going on in their area. So that's one thing. Anyone have anything to add to that? No?
I would just add that I'd be willing to do that. That's fine. If it's things that pertain to what I'm doing, I'm not going to do it for other, for the police
Right.
department or whatever, but
Yeah, no.
as far as that specific, the house, I don't have a date or anything at this point. So until we get closer, I don't want to put anything out there until I have some good, valid information for them.
Okay. Specifically, Kevin Strauss asked me that, Nate. He would like to know, and he said, him and a couple of neighbors, if they would just know what's going on, then they could talk to the
Sure.
other neighbors about it. So
Yeah, I don't have a problem
There's-
doing that.
So that would be a way to go. The second thing I wondered was if anybody had any idea of when we're going to start meeting in person again.
That was actually the next thing I was going to bring up under new business. I have been approached about that. I don't have an objection if we start that next month. There's several different ways we could handle this. We could meet at the auxiliary building, do social distancing. Anyone that doesn't feel comfortable not being there, you could still join in through YouTube live. We would do some testing, make sure we can do such a thing. But I don't have an issue going back, but it's council's decision on what they would like to do.
Can I add one thing to that?
Yes.
We had one meeting at the auxiliary building, and I know people were complaining the audio on it was horrible. Nobody could understand anybody. So just food for thought.
Okay. I mean, we could try to meet in chambers. I think it'd be hard to get everyone on camera. But I mean, right now we can test any number of things out if anyone has any ideas.
Was it mainly the feedback, Karen, of the building itself? Is that what the issue was?
I think it was a lot of echoing and yeah,
You couldn't really understand because of the echo.
right.
Talked about
Yeah.
doing something about that. Why don't we just do it and get something up so that we kill the echo? There's things you can put up to deaden the sound. The advantage of that is if people don't want to attend the meeting, they can be on the screen so that everybody can see those people. And then those that are on YouTube will, it'll just work better doing it that way than doing it on a computer screen. If we have a mixed group, like say if Bob doesn't want to come to the meetings and he's on that, would just be more usable. But let's fix the problem with the building. We've talked about it for a while now.
I like that idea, Tom.
So you're talking acoustics out there? Is that what basically?
Yeah, it's putting up things to deaden the sound because everything out there is hard surface. The pictures are hard surface. Everything's hard. The floor, the ceiling. You can put.
So you need
put up these-
like soundboards.
Yes. Mhm. And you can also convert the pictures if you want to the ones made out of canvas. You still have the pictures, but they'll even help absorb some of the sound. It's not very costly. And the auxiliary miter, I would even donate the money to convert those.
So Tom, are you volunteering to take that project on? Is that what I'm hearing?
The acoustic problem?
Yes.
Sure, that's fine. I can work with the chief on that. I've voluntold him, right?
So
I
the way I
mean,
understand it, then we are going to be meeting out there as opposed to council chambers from now on? Is that what you're saying?
While we're social distancing, Karen.
Okay.
but I don't think we'd be ready for the, well, we'd probably be looking at the first meeting in May before we'd be ready to do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So So the next meeting, the 26th, we go ahead and continue on this format, and then we'd be looking at going back in person on May 10th. Is that what I'm hearing?
Sounds good to
Sure.
me.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Nate, do we have any type of camera we can set up out there?
No, I've been thinking about that while you guys were talking. I think I'll have to do a little research on this, but if I remember right, to broadcast directly onto YouTube, I have to use my laptop. You can't use a mobile device. And I think that's because of tragedies that have been caught on mobile devices being live streamed. They want to prevent as much of that as they can. So that would be one option, would be to use the laptop. The other would be to, I think, what might have to play with it is I can use my phone for a Zoom meeting and do exactly what I'm doing right now. Just follow me here. So I'd be broadcasting the Zoom meeting from my phone, regardless of, whether Bob's on the Zoom meeting as well, and several of you are in person. It'd be a mixture, a hybrid of a live / Zoom meeting, because I can live stream the Zoom meeting. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
I think I could do that, but I don't know. I've not looked into it.
Nate, my thoughts were just simply using your computer to hook into the screen at that building. We might use a camera, but that would come off of your computer, so it wouldn't be a mobile application. You would just be linked from your computer to the screen. You would be projecting it.
Okay.
So I think that still falls within their requirements.
So do we need to look for a camera?
Certainly looking for a camera would, especially if we have a mix of people there and people not, they're not very expensive. The problem with your laptop is the quality at any kind of distance.
Right.
If you set it up at the front of the meeting.
Okay. Well, we've got virtually a month to work on it here.
Is that going to give you enough time for the acoustics and then all this tech stuff?
I don't think the acoustics will take long.
Okay, just a thought. I thought maybe you might want to move it to
Well,
in June.
back at the next meeting, we'll have a better idea, and that's still 2 weeks away from that.
Mhm.
Rather than push it back immediately, let's hope for a quicker turnaround than a longer turnaround.
But we can address it, like you said, Tom, in 2 weeks and see where we stand. We need to move it from the first meeting in May. We can.
And we don't have to have it perfect on the first try. We can
Right,
keep working on it.
right. Okay. Any other new business?
There is one. Sorry, go ahead. There is a comment on the YouTube channel whenever you're ready for that.
Okay.
Nate, do we need to schedule street sweeping at some point?
That's what the comment's about.
Okay.
The comment was from Historic Downtown Millersburg. Hi, Judy. Can we get the streets swept before May 8th? I will say maybe at this point. I don't know offhand, but I could try if you guys want to do that.
Well, with us cutting the salt there the last couple times we put out with grits, I don't think it'd be a bad idea if we could get them in to sweep.
Okay.
And probably get it promoted among the merchants that if we could have them sweep their sidewalks out into the street, that would make a big difference as well.
Yep.
Okay. See what we can do.
Any other new business?
I was contacted by the Alzheimer Association to see if we wanted to once again promote a team for the walk. It is October 2nd. At this point, they're planning on doing it live, and it's at Worcester High School. Obviously, that depends on what happens between now and then. So I guess I'm willing to attend the meetings and do that. And I just want to make sure we want to have a team or not. I don't want to do it on the team.
I'd be willing to participate again.
I will too.
Yep, me too.
I will too.
I'll plan on it then. Thank you.
Did you say that was at Worcester High School?
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
everything's sort of still up in the air, but the date is solid. October 2nd, and it doesn't interfere with the Antique Festival. It's the weekend following that.
Well, in regards to that, I would like to thank our street department, our sewer department, and our police department for the cleanup and traffic control that they did last week during the semi rollover we had at the square. Everyone did an excellent job. Thank you.
Absolutely. I had a number of people tell me that they came into Millersburg because they wanted to see it and it was already cleaned up and gone. So that's a good thing.
So was it in the newspaper? I mean, I get the Daily Record and I didn't see, I thought that was I got a picture, so I don't even know who sent it to me, which was a really dramatic picture. It looked like it was taken from the courthouse, and I never saw it in the newspaper. I thought it'd be front page news.
There was a blurb about the accident, but there's no picture of it now.
Oh, Daily Record missed out.
They really did. They really missed out.
All right, any other new business? If not, may we have a motion to go into executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, and also to confer with public body's attorney for the purpose of considering disputes in court action, considering dispute is either pending or imminent.
So moved.
Second, Hofstadter.
Olin,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Bond,
Aye.
Coffee,
Aye.
Khan,
Aye.